Hello, 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 my gorgeous little peanuts. Well, maybe some of you are not little, but hello, my beautiful peanuts. How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode of Unsolicited Opinions with me, your host, Naledi Masipa. This has been an episode that I, I've been like thinking to record, but like life just be lifing and I just don't have time to be recording, but I'm gonna make time to record because I want to put my consistency into you, my little peanut gallery, and I want to see you guys continue to grow. We're almost at 200 subscribers. Like that to me is just such a gift because I'm starting this out. I'm just thinking like I wonder how long it's gonna take. Like thinking of those milestones, how long it's gonna take me to go to 100, how long it's gonna take me to get to 1,000, how long it's gonna get to take me to get to 10,000, then 100, then a million, then 10 million, and all those things. Like it's like a step by step thing, and it's just like interesting to see it grow. I'm very very grateful for all 100. I believe the last time I checked it was 163. For all the 163 of you on YouTube, thank you so much. I don't know how many are on Spotify, but thank you so much. On TikTok, all thousand something of you, thank you so much. And on Instagram, the hundred and something of you, and on my personal account, 100 and not 100, 1,000 something. All of you, I'm sending you kisses, like the biggest, fattest, juiciest, nicest kisses ever, just as a way of saying thank you. Thank you for following me on this journey. Like, I wonder how many of you guys are gonna be like OGs when I'm like up and off, you know what I mean? Like, I really, really wonder because it's just gonna be like so crazy to think that there were people there, like that were there from this beginning to wherever this is going, you know? But today I want to talk about like social media. I was recognized by on campus by someone who said that they subscribed to my pod. So shout out to you. I don't know if you're watching this again, but shout out to you. Like that just made me think of like how much social media gives you access and allows access to you to the world. Like social media is actually such a like a very scary but also beautiful place. It's free marketing, free, not free, but free marketing, and you also get income for all content creators and people who use social media as a means of making income. And then it's just like a diary for most. Like it's a very vast thing that it can be used for. Some people use it for disgusting purposes, like the crime syndicates in South Africa. Actually, before I dive into that, I feel like as a citizen of the world, I feel like it would be very improper of me to not mention the fact that people are starving in Gaza. They have reached a point of famine, meaning there is no food. People, children are being starved. People are having to throw plastic bottles of food in the ocean so that that could hopefully get to the people who need that food. Doctors who would come in with baby formula or something for the children, like babies who need that nutrition in order to develop and grow into competent, able human beings, they're taking that away from them. They're only confiscating that and letting them through. Like what Israel is doing right now is, I don't understand how nothing has been done about it till this point. Like I genuinely don't understand because you're murdering people, murder, like mass murder, genocide on people. You're starving them. You're violating their rights and you're oppressing them in a way that is oppressing every aspect of them. Their entire lives has been changed for the absolute worst because of them and whatever they have against Hamas. I'm not gonna lie to you, I forgot what I read, but I read in the background of like how far back this whole issue goes with Israel and Palestine. But it's like you really want to do this to so many citizens and people who haven't done a thing to you guys. And then Iran recently got involved, like in terms of like getting bombed as well. And it's the most craziest thing. Another crazy thing about social media, especially TikTok, that I don't like is the fact that you can't say words like vagina, penis, rape, sex, sexual assault, and things like that. Like, why can I not say words as they are? Yes, I understand that it can be triggering for some people and a trigger warning should be provided. However, we shouldn't restrict saying those words because now we're talking about freaking grapes. No, it's called rape for a reason, and things like that should be spoken about on social media platforms while people exercise their right, their freedom to speech. You can insult somebody's mother in the comments, but you can't talk about rape. How does that make sense to me? It doesn't. It really doesn't. But there's that going on in Gaza, and there's that going in Gaza. Okay, another thing with pronunciation, something I like wanted to say about pronunciation, like, is that pronunciations like Versace and Yves Saint Laurent and whatever, like with people saying it with that twang and the accent and the way that it's supposed to be said. As an African girl, especially with the surname that people mispronounce, my surname is Masipa. Some people, rude people, say Masepa, which means shit. My surname means, if I remember the definition correctly, it means knowledge, wisdom. Shit and knowledge are not the same thing. So my surname, Masipa, is not the same as Masepa. So for someone who experiences mispronunciation of the name, I kind of find it important to pronounce people's names and names of brands in the way that they're supposed to be or were intended to be pronounced. Like Versace isn't Versace, it's Versace. So just say Versace. If people call you fancy or coconut, I don't give a shit. It's Versace. Even Donatella said so, darling. Argue with her, not me. Okay? But yeah, I was just talking about the pronunciation of different places because I was thinking of if I should say Gaza or Gaza, but I hope I said it right to all those people. But there are plenty of pages and charities to go like find on TikTok. Unfortunately, I'm not a part of like a creator fund yet. If I was, I would have honestly dedicated my entire proceeds for that video, that whatever that video would generate, to some charity or to some family that really really needs it, because it's so crazy how we supposed to have some sort of social responsibility, some morality amongst each other of people on this earth, living together on this earth, but it doesn't seem to be there. And then you have people like fucking Trump who endorse these things for Israel to be doing all those things. We're not going to even talk about that orange man. He deserves no oxygen timer from me, especially as a South African. I'm not even in his country, nor do I plan to go to his country anytime soon unless I really have to, like for a work purpose or something. I don't know. But yeah, there's that happening in Gaza, and then there's also Sudan and Congo. Oh my gosh, Congo. South African women, we experience our gender-based violence, right? We have a government that is in shambles. Yo. Apparently the cartels and the syndicates that are allegedly involved in the government, I swear, narcos. I feel like we should sign a petition to Netflix to make the narcos South Africa. If they did enough digging, I bet you they would find things like that in South Africa. You see how you have your Narcos and Narcos Mexico on Netflix? They needs to be a Narcos South Africa, because the things that goes on in this government, I am sure, are shaky. There was in economics, right? In a lecture, when you're just having discussions off of what you're talking about, there was a girl who mentioned the fact that there's a minister, I forgot which one, and 3 million rand a year, right? And he bought a 65 rand million property in Constantia, which is in the Western Cape. Where is he getting that money from? Guys, they're taking taxpayers. That's us. They're taking our money and they're buying mansions. They're taking our money and possibly buying drugs or other kind of illegal merchandise. Like, allegedly, possibly. I don't know nothing to be true. Okay, I did not do no kinds of research. I am just assuming what is probably true. You know what I mean? But anyways, there's with the gender-based violence that happens in South Africa with us women, in Sudan and Congo, but Congo, women, children are being raped and abused in so many, treated with so much sexual violence. It's actually insane. Like a man's lust, a man's sexual urges will forever scare me, because A, you have lack of control over them. B, you just treat other human beings as if they're your sex doll for you to do with whatever. They shove nails, like nail clippers and nails like that you would use with the hammer, up their vagina. They would put a whole bunch of other stuff in their vagina, pull them out, do gang rapes and stuff like that. Like it's really not okay. I don't understand how these things are happening like right now. Like why and how are they happening with nobody doing anything about it? And what's crazy is every country has their fair share of shit. Every single country, district, wherever on this earth has its own fair share of evil shit to deal with, but then let's also help each other out. Like, I, I don't know what to do. Like, if there was money I could donate, I'm definitely doing that. But the most I can do right now is use my platform to talk about these things because I am a human being. And secondly, I'm a woman. And Lord knows what the things that women go through in this world and have been going through since whichever beginning of time. Like, especially as the future generations, as we get older, can we please do better to make this earth a better place? Because I was actually also considering the fact that, do I even want to have kids? Because if I can't choose the kind of gender that I have for a child, unless I do IVF and all that stuff, but that's expensive, okay? Although I would love to just have the ease of being able to have children naturally, conceived naturally, birthed naturally. Um, but I can't choose my gender. So then it's like, what if I have a girl? The stress that I would undergo having a daughter, I would need to be the wealthiest person on earth so I can hire the top of the top security that I can to follow them around 24/7. And that's how they're going to grow up, because I just don't trust the people in this world. Even for myself, it's scary. I can only imagine thinking of that for my child. I can only imagine what my mom thinks about me. It's just like, oh, with all this happening in the country, my poor baby, especially being on social media, which I haven't forgotten that we're going to talk about, but being on social media and crime syndicates and trafficking circles and all those things using social media to like scout for the next victim to take is crazy. Talking about social media and people scouting and using it for illegal activities, guys, social media safety is so important. Ladies, locations, switch that stuff off. Switch it off. The only people that should be having your locations is the people that you love and care about, and that love and care about you, so that they can track you whenever they need to track you, or your phone or whatever, which I would hope would never happen to you. Like, may God protect us all. And don't post things in real time so that they can't track your routine. Don't be using that place as a diary. Be as private as you possibly can be. Like, you just have to take these safety precautions because they're not going to protect us, so we have to protect ourselves. But yeah, I just really wanted to talk about those three places: Gaza, Sudan, Congo, and of course, let me add the fourth, South Africa, with all the gender based violence and stuff that's happening. Did y'all see I didn't even realize. Listen, I don't know anything about South African stuff, man. When it comes to South African celebrities and the drama and all those things, I live under a rock, okay? Especially like with like the entertainment celebrity realm of things. The news I'm really trying to get into, like current affairs, I'm really trying to like get into watching that like every day. But when it comes to celebrities and things like that, I don't be knowing nothing until I see it, like maybe on my TikTok pass by, maybe. And I saw like Mac G said something about Minnie Dlamini, like the whole podcast and chill was saying something about Minnie Dlamini, and then she opened a court case and they was just doing a whole lot. And one thing I saw with that was, I was just trying to like get a gist of what's going on between those two, and I just saw like a clip of, I don't know who the host is, not the one with the glasses, the other one that I think he always wears a cap. I don't know his name, but him saying about Minnie Dlamini that apparently because like she lost a deal with some alcohol brand that she was the ambassador or the face of, and then she slept with whoever to get it back. First of all, that I'm sure is not true. We're not going to diminish another woman's hard work like that. And the second thing I want to say is, one thing I will forever hate, especially about men or jealous people. That's not even restricted to men, because maybe women can be this way for sure if they want to be snacks and jealous. But people who are just snacks and jealous, they love to diminish a woman's hard work. Let me tell you guys something right the fuck now, while I am still not in my prime. Let me tell you something. Everything that I will be getting in the future, every single thing, every penny that I will be making will be at the work of my hands, and obviously with the glory of God. I would never want to hear a comment about somebody thinking I'm sleeping with somebody's father or uncle or brother or grandpa or whatever the fuck, just for me to get to a certain place. I don't need to open my legs to get to a certain place. My mind is an asset enough. I can think for myself. I am fully competent and educated, may I add. I am going to be using my skills and my talents and my future qualifications once I've graduated to get to where I need to be. I never want to see a comment of somebody diminishing a woman's hard work just because she's beautiful. and she's making money for herself, like good money, you want to all of a sudden assume that it's a man, and you want to all of a sudden assume that she opened her legs to do that. How disrespectful it is for you to disregard another woman's hard work like that, for just anybody's hard work like that. Imagine having to be black and a woman. That already is probably tough out there in the world. I'm not in the working world, like completely. I'm only in the modeling industry, which is very it's opening up a bit more to people like me, who are like curvy, who are black, who are, although like, who isn't like Bella Hadid, like your mainstream main board media, you know what I mean? Like that world, that realm is at least opening up. But I'm thinking of somewhere like, let's say, corporate, where it's extra difficult for someone who's a woman and someone who's black to make it to a certain point, like relative to Caucasian people who would make it to that certain point in a either easier or faster way. So I would I hate it when they just diminish that hard work. Like I'm already black and I'm already a woman, and you wanna make it harder for me by diminishing years and years of hard work and impact that I've caused with this rumor that people are going to take and run with. By the way, they say these things out their mouths as if they don't have consequences. That's another thing I want to say about, not even another thing, but just the thing about social media. People say things on social media as if you don't have a digital footprint. People do and say things on social media as if there is no consequence to what they are saying. Imagine now when Mac G says those things about Minnie Dlamini, her son has to see those things, her family has to see those things, her reputation gets damaged because people take and believe those things. Never believe in everything that is on the internet. Social media, it is so easy for me right now to start a burner account and start the most drastic, dramatic, false rumor ever and publish it. And it could be about the biggest celebrity, but if the right person catches wind of that, oh, it is going to spread like a wildfire. The rumor, a false rumor is just running rapidly because of the way somebody started things. That's one thing one of the top two things I hate about social media is that people do and say things as if they don't have manners. Like no manners, no privacy. That's the second thing that I hate, is the matter of privacy, especially when it comes to celebrities. I feel for them because it's like, damn. Sometimes the audience, we be nosy. I once was nosy. I'm actually easing off of that. Like, even just thinking of like house tours, who you marrying, when you had kids. I remember some people, some couples channels that I used to watch on YouTube and stuff like that. When they would do Q&As, there'll be people asking them how many times they have sex in a week. Huh? As if that's any of your business. Like, there's just this lack of privacy. And I understand that people share their lives with the world. However, that doesn't mean that their life is for the world. Their life is still theirs. It belongs to them, and they can choose to share with you what they want to or not. You and your inquisitive self asking you all these questions, first of all, ask if it's your business. Celebrity or not, they're still human. Take away this fame is an increasing or decreasing thing. You can either stay relevant or be irrelevant, like that. You just got to do something crazy, or you just have to stop doing what you're doing, and you're immediately a normal person again, or somebody who used to be this person, this celebrity, this thing. It's like, don't be so nosy. Another thing I want to say about me: if I ever get famous because of this, when I say this, I mean this podcast. If I ever get famous because of this, please, guys, now I'm gonna tell you now, respect my privacy. That is a boundary I'm gonna set with you all. Like, you will only be receiving what I share. And certain questions that you ask, if I feel as though it's something that I want to share, I will share it. Otherwise, you're not gonna know nothing. I want to live as private of a life as possible, because it's like, it's my life. I'm not publishing it for the world to see. This isn't a reality show. This isn't an interview or any kind. I'm not writing a book about my daily life of how many times I take a shit in a day or how many times I brush my teeth. That's none of your business. But brush your teeth twice a day. I almost said twice a night, twice a day, for good, like, dental hygiene. I'm sure your dentist always tell you that. Floss, mouthwash, brush your teeth twice a day. At best, if you can't afford floss, because floss can be pretty pricey sometimes. If you can't floss. If you can't afford mouthwash, flossing and brushing your teeth are the top two things. You can live without mouthwash, but you cannot live without flossing. The gunk that gets in between your teeth, ask your dentist. I'm not a certified dentist, but my dentist will tell other people. Me, My dentist loves me all the time because I'm just coming in with great teeth. I thank God for giving me the good genes, the good dental genes for my mom because yeah, period. She ate with that. Sensodyne. I'll be waiting for your call from my agents. But yeah, one thing I also want to say about social media is that, like, with the way that social media, like with the way that people present themselves on social media, of course we put out this image of our best. I put my best on my social media. Shoot, I'm not gonna put my worst on social media. Like, what the heck? Especially for people that don't know me. Like, that's your first impression of me, and I must look like a frog, or I must be looking like I'm going through it. I will say, as a human, I've gone through some things, I'll say that. But as I'm going through it, do you think I'm gonna post about it? No. But because people always show their best on social media, it becomes like this thing of like comparing access. Social media has given us so much access, not even social media, the internet, but also social media has given us access to the world's information, the world's people, the world's cuisines, the world's entertainment. Like, I'm watching K-pop, oh no, K-dramas in South Africa because the internet has helped produce things like Netflix and producing television shows to be able to be aired in this country and all those things. Like, it gives us so much access. And with that access is that your eyes end up seeing these things of people being their best, and we end up comparing ourselves to our peers or people that may be living a lie because maybe they're in debt for the Lamborghini that they bought, but they're showcasing it on social media because they want people's approval. And another thing that's also like damaging society and humanity is seeking validation from people in likes and comments. There are people out there, apparently there are people out there, especially like in Los Angeles and things like that, where people like influencers are not as wealthy as they are giving off to be. They in debt, bad debt, not good debt, but bad debt of the things that they're putting themselves through, whether they are loaning a car, whether they are mortgaging a house that they cannot afford, or something just for the sake of aesthetic and because of the way that something is going to look. There's a couple on here. They're successful now, but they said before they used to, like, they were leasing their mansion so that they could put up this marketing things because they're content creators and they want to create content in these mansions. But now the mansion started paying itself off because that was an investment for them. If it has some strategic financial plan like that, I feel like that's permissible. However, like, don't be showing fake stuff. And another thing of showing fake stuff is it makes people think that the grass is greener on the other side, whether it may be in a relationship, whether it may be in a friendship, whether it may be for your own career or something. The grass is green where you water it, darling, where you nurture it. Where grass is nurtured and fed well and is growing in a good environment, that is where it is green. It's not just green in J. Especially if another grass is green, it's not green at the work of your hands. Now you want to go steal somebody else's green grass. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Another thing that is also done, I'm sure, from men, is showing them access of like these women that they could have but will never have, or dream to have but could never have. Like the amount of access that social media has given us, I feel like most people in society don't know how to navigate about that access of what to take and what to um absorb and consume after observing what that is. You just take things on face value. Like, it's just, social media scares me. It's a scary place sometimes, and I thank God that I'm not like a full-on addict to it. Like, I can scroll through TikTok for hours. I'm pretty sure that's of like a phone addiction of some sort. Like, I just need to pick up my phone every time. It's a force of habit. There's just certain things that your body adapts and gets used to and whatever. But sometimes social media can just be such a freaking scary place, filled with so many weirdos. I remember this other time there was like some Instagram reel. It was very like, it was about some history thing about something about white people taking away from something. I don't know. I hope that didn't sound offensive to the white people. I'm not anti-white people. I'm just anti assholes. You know. So whether you're black, white, orange, green, and blue, for as long as you are an asshole, me, I don't like you. But I forgot what the post was about. But I left some comment, and then there was just somebody's child. He was white. He was just like, he just DM'd me, you bitch. And I'm like, you don't even know me. Another thing I actually want to get into, I really want to finish this book this month. It's called A New Earth. And it's basically breaking down like the concept of an ego. Let me read what it's about. Transcending our ego-based state of consciousness. That's what this book is about. It talks about very much transforming yourself to being conscious of the fact that you have an ego, and when you're operating in your ego, and that your ego is you but it's not you, because you can be the consciousness that is conscious, and you are the consciousness that is conscious. It's a great book so far. Like, I highly recommend it. A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. I stole it from my mama. Shout out to moms for reading great books. But I'm seeing now, like, when people post, like, just a little tip, when people post negative things about you on social media, always look at people as projectors. If somebody is talking about badly about your appearance, it's most likely that they're insecure about themselves in some kind of way. There's some festering insecurity or some wound there that makes them see you in a way that's just like, like that you have what they want, and then therefore, because they don't have it, they just have no choice but to be snacks. Like, it's a them thing versus a you thing. It's what they think about you, even if they don't know you. Now, because they don't know you, their opinion should mean nothing to you. And this is the part where I recommend God. The only opinion that should be mattering in your life is the one that God has of you. Period. And because he's a great God and always wants you to be a great person, listen to God. Go to him. He's the best. But yeah, social media, man, I love it and I hate it. I love it and I hate it. I love it and I hate it. I love it because it's a funny place. You see the best things. You expose yourself to too much. Like, that access. Access is a privilege. The access that we have with everything, the information, the food, and all those things that I was speaking about, it's a privilege. Because every time back in the day, like, when people would talk about like these things about how much we have access, like they didn't, I would brush it over. But the more I think about it, they're right. Imagine you can just easily, conveniently just Google on your phone a definition of a word that you don't know. Back in the day, you maybe had to walk to the library, look for the dictionary in the litter of in the assortment of alphabetically organized books, and find the dictionary, then look within the dictionary for the word that you're looking for. Like, it wasn't as convenient. And I could imagine with like computers and assignments and things, like, we're very, very privileged to be able to be existing in a time like this. But because things are so technologically advanced and it's growing at such a ridiculously fast rate, it is also dangerous, because I feel like there are some instances that maybe that we may not be using things correctly. For example, ChatGPT. ChatGPT, I love it so much. I love it so much. I use it a lot. I use it a lot. But something that I'm definitely, obviously shying away from is using it like to complete assignments and things like that. I don't want to do that. If I'm being honest, I don't want to do that. Why? Because it'll make me lazy. I'm a person that loves to learn. I'm coming to a conclusion. I don't like school, because who likes school? Like, the assignments, the tests, the exams. I understand the purpose of everything, but I just don't like doing them because it's just a lot of work to do. But I love to learn. And I forgot my point of me mentioning that was. Mm, but yeah, I love to learn. I was talking about school. Oh, ChatGPT. I love to learn. So I would use ChatGPT to like teach me something. I just ask it any question. Like, I ask so many questions, like the most random things. I just want to learn. I just want to know things. I just love knowing things, like how bee venom is um eliminating or killing the cancer tumor for breast cancer or something like that. There was a recent study on that. I want to read up on it. And ChatGPT pretty much helps compute the entire answer to that without having to look through a Google search and look through many, many articles, even though that is advised. Like, credibility is important, and you build credibility obviously from reading many credible sources, to build like a form, like to formulate some sort of opinion, because you would kind of pick up the key points of each thing, and then the whole process of just thinking and bringing stuff together, like just basic skills. I forgot what that skill is called, but like, yeah, gathering information and picking apart the right things and just analysis. I think that's the word I'm thinking of. Analysis, just analysis of that information to come up with some sort of conclusion. But I just love ChatGPT so much. But what I don't like about it is that people could use it for convenience of it doing things for you. And now your brain isn't working anymore. Not even our generation, society could possibly become dumber because of those things. Because people don't like school no more, they just want to be entrepreneurs, they don't want to learn nothing. And then because they're using ChatGPT to complete those things for school, they don't even know how to do that thing for themselves, or we don't know how to do that thing for ourselves. So then we just become like dumber because these machines are doing things for us where now our human intelligence is maybe going to decrease. People aren't even reading books anymore. I used to never like books as a kid. I never liked books, and my mom knew that. Like, I would only read like what, a book a year, unless we had to read a book for like a English class or something. Then obviously I have to find a way to read the book. Even reading those books, I would always go for like YouTube summaries, chapter one of whatever book we were reading. Like, for example, The Handmaid's Tale or something. Handmaid's Tale. Tried to watch the series before even reading the book. I never read that book for that English thing. I don't even know how I passed English. Glory to God for that, but we excelled now we're here. But yeah, no man, things like that it's gonna make people more like dumb. I'm just gonna have to say it like that. It's just gonna make people more stupid, and I don't want people to be stupid. We need smart people. We need people to use their brains. Like, use your brain. I'm such an advocate for education, like, you guys have no idea. Like, outside of you practically using those exact things that they're teaching you, like how to solve for X. Yes, you may never use solve for X in your life, but it's developing a certain skill in your brain of either, maybe let's say, how to do quick maths or something, or how to, I don't know, and analyze or something. I don't know the skills that your brain really needs, but I know that it works your brain. Like, you're thinking, you're actively using your brain. And I don't know if brain is a muscle. If I remember correctly, I think the brain is just fat with a whole lot of nerves in it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. Let me know in the comments down below. But that it needs to be worked like a muscle, kinda. I think, like, it just needs to keep working. It just needs to keep working. Like, your brain never stops working. Like, not even when you sleep, your brain needs to tell your lungs and your lungs to breathe, your heart to beat, your dreams to dream if you're dreaming, or create those images of the dreams, or what, like, to move, maybe if you're in your sleep or something. Like, conscious or unconscious, your brain is forever working. So keep exercising your brain. Develop your brain in the best way that you can, in the most ways that you can. Why not? Don't let social media make you stupid. Ugh. And information on social media as well. Currently, I have a partnership thing with Tour Hero. Another thing that social media has done is diminished the value of, like, truth. You know what I mean? Like, people can use social media to scam you. Like, when Tour Hero reached out to me, I genuinely thought it was a scam. I had to do so much research to, like, check, is this a legit thing? And it's a legit thing. Like, they reach out, depends how I know to identify a scam. Ish. I don't know if I should say these tips because it's good for the public to know these tips. But at the same time, I don't want to give scammers ideas to dodge these things. But, like, the domain of an email, that is very important to check. The context of an email, are they mentioning specific things, or is it a very generalized kind of AI generated type of message? Scammers are getting clever. They're even using Connie Ferguson. For my South Africans, I don't know even if I have international viewers yet, but for my South Africans, did you guys see the video going around of Sia Kolisi, somebody using an AI generated thing, using a face of Sia Kolisi, and he was talking with some Nigerian accent? How wimma. Yeah, scammers are getting smart. Don't be getting scammed out here. But, like, even when Tour Hero reached out to me, I was in disbelief. I'm like, why are they reaching out to me? Do y'all see my following is not, like, it's not even 10K, no way, on any platform. So I was just kind of shocked by that until I saw that it was real. But just the fact that truth and trust in that stuff is taken away. it's taken away. Like I feel like just trust in human beings is slowly also withering away. I would think back in the day of people who like would just do a handshake to shake to seal a deal, and that would be trustworthy, or trusting someone's word was so like so much deeper back then and had so much meaning and value back then, where now it means absolutely nothing. What means everything right now is your signature on a piece of paper or like a dotted line of some sort. Like that stuff matters now. Back then you didn't really need that unless it was for like something that you actually needed when contracts were implemented, but whatever about that. But yeah, social media, vana ba modimo, be careful and always show your best self. Is somebody knocking at my door? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share and do all those lovely, great things. I pray that God blesses you all with everything that you could want and love and need, and so much more. I love you guys and thank you so much for your support. Goodbye, my little peanuts. Don't be mad at me. It's just my opinion.